Hello everyone and welcome to another video. This is a track guide for the Ray FF1600 around Okayama, the short layout. It is a really short track, sub 1 minute lap times. Let's get into it. For turn 1, you want to be all the way on the left. My braking marker is the tire marks here on the ground. Once I get to him, I brake hard and then I trail the brake all the way to the apex of the corner. I apex on a little brown patch on the center of the corner. Once I get to that brown spot, I go full throttle and track out. You want to open up your steering so you use as much of the track as possible. Also do take a little bit of the curb. Just remember to keep it on the track. Turn 2 is really tricky, because if you go too close to the first curb on the right, you will feel there is a bit of a little jump there. That will unsettle the car quite a lot. That is why I take a wider entry to the corner. My braking marker is the white line here on the left where it changes color. Then I brake to about 50% and I trail the brake all the way to the middle before the second corner. I take this wider entry to open up the later part of turn 2. Once I get out to about mid-track, then I'll start to turn in towards the curb. I'll go fully on the curb before going fully on the throttle. Once you pass the curb, you should steer into the next curb and take all of that. And then I take all of the curb on the outside as well. Just be aware that dropping one tire off the curb here might spin you. For turn 4, I use the 50 board here on the right as my braking marker. I brake really hard and I trail the brake all the way to the apex. I apex in the later third of the curb to straighten out the little straight we have before the next turn. It's very easy to take too much speed here and then you'll spin. Once I get to the curb, I get on the throttle again and open up the steering just a little bit, but you want to be on the left side for the next turn. For turn 5, I don't really have a clear braking marker for you, but I brake just before the fence on the outside becomes the line fence. But it is only a quick dab of the brakes to about 25% before I let the car coast all the way to the curb. I apex in the second half of the curb, and once I get to the curb I will begin to go on the throttle and again opening up my steering just to use as much track as possible and gaining as much speed as possible. You want to use the outside curb a bit as well if you can. For turn 6 you just have to be brave and turn in. It is possible to take it flat out. Just don't cut the curb too much as it will unsettle the car. For the last turn on the lap, I use the green AstroTurf here on the left front tire as my braking marker. Once I get past that, I'll start to brake. My peak brake pressure is about 60% and I trail the brake all the way to the curb. My apex is in the middle of the turn, just on the curb. I usually take a little bit of it, but you don't have to. Once I get to the curb, I'll go full throttle and then I will use all of the curb on the outside. Just don't drop a tire into the gravel as it will spin you. And that's a lap around Okayama Short for the Ray FF1600. Fun little combo, something that really needs some practice. Hopefully this has helped you. If it has, leave a like down below. Consider subscribing as well. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed. And now for the uninterrupted hot laps.